Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Habitual Line Crosser. Knox wants to come say hello. Come on, bud. Come on. You smell like a bug. Oh, I know. What is up, everyone? We've been gone for a hot minute. I'm not on narcotics anymore. Don't anyone freak out. Yes, I'm having an alcoholic beverage. We're so back he isn't dead. What do you guys think of this? Yeah, I am. Yep. For now. This is 2 weeks. Honestly, it's driving me absolutely insane. Hey, vid lady, you're watching it on your smart TV. Well, I'm happy I could oblige. I'm far from a celebrity, America. Don't lift too much and break your fixed hip. I'm trying not to. Honestly, it's really weird. Like, I can't, when I first got the surgery, I couldn't like sit all the way up. I had to like stay leaned back. Yeah, this is my 2 week one. You know what's crazy is there's a lot of, I don't know if you can see it, there's a lot of white and gray speckled in there. So on top of everything else, like happiness, it's taken from me. The Army has taken away my ability to grow a facial hair without, what's the damn thing I'm looking for? Without gray in it. Looking forward. All right. So Sister Line Crosser, she is doing okay. I haven't seen her updates today. I had to go for my post-op appointment today. They took the stitches out of my hip, so I haven't really checked anything. I literally got like I shot up to OKC, did that, shot back down here, worked on a video that I just got done, and then I was like, boom, I'm on. I am an old man. Time for a new HLC. Got the white hairs. Hell yeah. I heard about Crispy. Oh, Chris Cappy. Yes, I did hear about Chris Cappy. I knew he was heading over there. I just didn't want to say anything. Weapons, you said yours is mostly gray. If you guys, I tell you right now, like I'm trying to grow it for the full like 30 days that I'm on leave. Fire cannot cure this itch. I have tried. I have a beard brush, which I don't know where Mrs. Line Crosser, if you're watching this, my beard brush I think is down by the front door. I would very much enjoy that. I've lotioned. I've done a lot. I don't know what's going on with this. You got most of your chin area. You've never been in the military. Buffing the kid beard when? I gotta superimpose beards on them now. What air defense system can defeat an ICMR missile from Russia? Okay, so I knew this question was going to come up, and it's okay. I'm fully prepared. So all right. So in my job, let's first, so you guys understand the terms that I'm saying. In my job, intercontinental ballistic missile it's a thing, but it's not really a category. You have short range, long range, or medium and long range ballistic missiles. Now MIRV is just a steerable type of ERS, or early release submunition. For that specific threat, I don't know the details of how high it was, when the MIRV separated, what its flight path looked like. Like I don't know much of the details. We don't have much of the details. So I would say that without knowing those details, I'm relatively confident that Aegis and THAAD both work in that wheelhouse. At least Aegis does. I don't know about THAAD. Like I know THAAD's close. Like it's definitely higher, way higher than Patriot. But I don't know exactly how close in that wheelhouse. Does that make sense? I know a couple generals who would court-martial you for that lovely beard. Worth it. Worth it. Fucking, I'm enjoying it. You know what's crazy is like, you got a lot of people in the military, which is, it's because it's not long enough, that you said beard oil? I'm gonna have to get some. Let it grow, it'll stop in another half inch. I'm trying, man. Sorry. The common thing in the military is, aside from like you can't seal a mask with a beard, is it looks unprofessional. And every time someone says that, I'll be like, cool. Look at NATO. There's 2 countries that don't allow beards in their military, and we're one of them. I want you to go tell the Canadians they're unprofessional. I want you to go tell the Brits they're unprofessional. Actually, I think the Brits, maybe, is it the Brits or the French that don't allow beards? I think it's the French. Yeah. Oh, there's Mrs. Line Crosser. That might be my beard brush. Oh, Fritz wants to say hello? Come on, Fritz. No, I guess.
Oh, you thought I had something.
Okay, I guess he's not coming in.
Oh, no, he's there.
Okay. Fritz was coming in to say hi. Like I said, I can get up. I can move around. There's a Su-57 over my house, kid. He's mine. That beard is a national treasure. Must be protected. I love it. I love that, like, you guys see me with a beard. Oh, there's Fritz. Is that a Fritz? Fritz. I also got an RC car because I'm depending on... Wouldn't a THAAD work against it? Yes and no. I don't know all the full details of that. Please do a vid on USS Louisiana. It's fire. I don't know too much about the USS Louisiana. Knox, what are you doing? That's my brush. This is not a Knox brush. There. I brushed your snoot. Okay, it's chaos in here. Fish, can you take him? Fritz, go on. Go on, Fritz. There we go. He comes in and causes chaos. All right, sorry. How often are I thinking of doing state of mind? Kudos on the videos, and here's the therapy bill for schizophrenia.
Would you intercept me?
Wither! What is up, my dude?
Intercept me.
A lot of things have happened since you last streamed.
Oh, yeah.
First, your Halloween tips worked. Second, I got a promotion.
Oh.
And third, death to the core emperor. Blood for the blood god.
Blood for the blood god. Hey, thank you so much for being here. So state of mind, I'm trying to do state of mind twice a month. That's my goal. And then the therapy bill for schizophrenia, don't suffer from psychosis, enjoy it. I'm trying, man. Have I tried Gibbs beard oil? The purple one, skull bottle. Amazon has it for like 25 bucks. You only need 20 more to give it a try. All right, I'll give it a shot, man. Beards look so fucking cool. Honestly, this thing, like... This beard brush has been my best friend throughout this entire thing. It's just, oh, it's killing me. Go tell General Grant it's unprofessional. Exactly. All right, hold on. I think it did that thing where it jumps down again. Have I heard the news on the American flagship? I have not. No shit. They're making it an artificial reef. I have not heard about that. Let me put that in my fucking notes. I do want to look into that. Hold on. I'm trying to stay up on everything, guys. All right. There we go. Got that added in because that's definitely something I could talk about. I'm trying to like groom my beard. Beards are cool. Can't pull off a good one. Glad you get to try it. I have never been able to grow out my facial hair because like I joined the army before I could really grow facial hair. So this is a new experience for me. You guys are joining me on a new experience. Like when I went to the Unsub live show, which by the way was a fucking blast. Number one, it was amazing to meet all the people there who like, you know, like this, they were just coming up and like, hey man, I love your videos, love this. There was a couple people that came up to me, they're like, hey, I discovered Unsub from your videos. Like I was the one they found first and then they went to Unsub, which was so wild to me because like in my mind, Unsub is like this huge unattainable thing. So it's so cool. But anyways, I was in the back with Eli and Rich and Brandon and I was like, guys, I'm going to light this fucking beard on fire. Like it's just driving me nuts. They're like, they're telling me the same thing. They're like, you just have to let it go. You have to let it go. So Elon's new cyber hip working for me. It's doing pretty good. There are some movements I cannot do, but it's and did I get the optional espresso maker? I would love an espresso maker with this hip. Actually, this morning I slept, so it's my left hip that they worked on. I slept on it for the first time. I didn't mean to. I just did. And when I woke up, it felt like it was just like a rusted ball joint. It just like, like it was not a fun experience. I was very stiff. All right. Fritz is on the fritz. He's always on the fritz. I got to get caught up. US and the UK are the only ones without beards. Thank you, Gunfox. Would Fritz have a character soon? Better than the kid. So if you guys go over to TikTok, Fritz's predecessor, Hobbs.
Would you intercept me?
We'll let this play real quick.
I'd intercept me.
I saw you at the show, but I didn't come up to you.
Seriously? Dude, you were there? I remember your name. Like, you just had to be like, I'm with her. Hey, bro, Fuck. All right, next one I go to, I'm going to try and go to Dallas again next time they do one, and I'll try and go to Dallas, and I need to bring something specifically for Wither. What do I need to bring for him, Knox? You want me to bring him one of your turds? Oh, he agrees. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't bring you a Knox turd. That's chemical warfare. But if you go on TikTok, if you guys have a TikTok, and look up, I think it's still under Hobbs, Hobbes. That was the dog we had before Fritz, and his name was Hobbs. And I did voiceovers for him, and I had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe something like that down the road. Me and Mrs. Linecrosser have talked in depth about some of the things that we want to do, especially once I'm out. We do want to do a different style of content. Like, we'll do a channel with her, and then we'll have this one. This one will stay the same. Like, I'm not going to change this one. But then, like, I don't know. We'll go, like, experience shit or do, like, coupley things. Or, I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, man. Hold on. I just jumped down. Be honest, you got a few more years for I'm as old as Grandpa Buff. No. I love the Grandpa Buff character. I will say to you guys, like, that is the one, like, God, I'm so glad I created Grandpa Buff. Okay, hold on. Mrs. Linecrosser is saying I'm getting weird mic noises, so we'll deal with that. I love that character. Honestly, my older brother is like, that is the character I identify most with. Actually, I'm gonna turn up just a little bit there. I think I was peaking. That's probably why she heard that way. I mean, I've peaked just nonstop. Everything's a peak for me. CIA is all over my ass. Get controller. Listen. You were the one who wanted to go get an interception. It's your fucking problem now. That's what you get for coming in second place, fucker. There you go. Beer's basically sandpaper built for free. It really is. Oh, Wolfram's in here? Was the Merv burn from reentry or terminal boost? I don't know. That's what I don't know. Because it happened at night, it's hard to judge how far away something is. Like, you see buildings in there, but like I to know how fast they're moving, I have to know how far away that is. If they were kinetic, I could kind of judge by the size of it, or if they were like explosive, I could judge by the size of the explosion. There was no explosion. They just went out like a spark. So there's so little information, and so many people are making like claims I just don't have. Now, at first, I thought it was just falling debris. I really did. Then I saw a couple of different angles. I slowed it down frame by frame, and I could clearly see like 5 or 6 in a row, and they were like boom, 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 boom. And then the next one would boom, 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 boom. And I was like, okay, that's when I was watching it. I was like, all right, so this is some kind of early release submunition. I don't know what kind of early release submunition. Hell, it could just be falling phosphorus for all I know. I have no idea. But phosphorus doesn't really burn out like that. Maybe thermite? I don't know. I know missiles. Explosives, on the other hand, that's not... You can't grow a full beard and it pains you? You'll be fine. Trash day or no trash day? I'm going to say this is no trash day. I'm going to just go out on a limb. We're going to say that it's no trash day. The trash can is full. Life is good. All right, hold on. Up the gain. Let me go to the Go XLR thing. Configure. Nope. Let me turn up the gate a little bit. There we go. So now I have to be close to the mic, but its peak will be lower. I think that might have fixed it, Mrs. Linecrosser. She's scoring me right now. You know you can't read. I really can't. You caught a live for the first time? Welcome. I'm like way behind. I gotta get caught up. Love the new series, a new podcast on Pepperbox. Thank you so much. How long till you can stream on there too? I don't know. I actually asked Jake. Jake is one of the owners. He's also their you might see him in some of their videos and stuff. Jake is always around. He's like their lawyer as well. Jake's fucking hilarious. And Jake, I asked him. Nope, it's rattling. Brr. I don't know what to tell you. How about that? How's that? Is that gate better, Mrs. Linecrosser? How about the compressor? We'll compress it a little bit. Turn the compression down. I don't know what the sound is going on. Grooming. What is this Twitch now? Hey man, I'm trying, dude. This thing itches so bad. Like I want to shave it off so bad right now, but I'm like, I want to go the full 30 days. Grandpa Buff married IJNM Mikasa. What? What is happening, Lance Corporal Anime Guy? What? I don't get any of that reference, and I'm so sorry that you like spent money for me to read that. And I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm so sorry. Glad you're doing well after the surgery. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Bicycle. I appreciate you being here. Do I think the Russian S-500 is the best air defense in the world? No. Here's why. No one crucify me. Because I don't think there is such thing as a best air defense in the world. The best air defense, okay, so there is, but it's not a system. It is a system of systems. It is layered, defense in depth, communication all the way across, shooters and sensors all working and combined. Like that is the best air defense system. So far, no one has that. We're close. We're working on it. It's called IBCS. I worked on the program for 4 years. The program it needs some help. Oh my gosh, hold on. Let me just make sure. Do I get another text? Oh, worse. Oh God, worse. You're cutting in and out. I'm cutting in and out. She says it's worse. I'm sorry. There. We'll just turn it back down to where it was. We'll just turn it back down to where it was. I'm getting yelled at. I'm so sorry. Popcorn and Fago Moon Mist. Glad you're back. Unsubscribe was fire. Thank you so much. I did 2 episodes while I was down there. One of them hasn't aired yet. I don't know when that's going to air. I should probably text Eli. Wither. And this goes for Wither and everybody else. So, if you see me anywhere, I walk around with like, resting asshole face. Ignore that. Come up and say hello. You'll see my face light up immediately. Because here's the thing. Here's the way that I work. And this is the way, for those of you who saw me at the show and did come up to me, nothing against you, Wither. For those of you who saw me and came up to me at the show, when I'm engaging with somebody, there could be 10, 15 people around. I want to engage personally with that individual. Because that interaction matters to you and it matters to me. And nothing bothers me more than when you meet somebody that like you really want to meet and they're just like half paying attention. So, I don't mean to be rude. There was people like standing around waiting and I knew they were there, but I want to give my undivided attention to each person that I speak to. I want to ask, hey, what's your name? Where are you from? What do you like? What do you want to do? You want to take a picture? Like that's the way that I work. So if you see me anywhere, 100% of the time, come up and say hello. 100% of the time. That's just the way that I operate. Wait till that next PT test. Pfft. What PT test? I'm done. No, I didn't get a hip replacement. They just repaired the labrum and shaved down a couple of like bone spurs. Wait, did you see the report of the F-35 or the J-35 having black smoke trail when in the sky? The beer giving you more charm to your magic. I did not see the J-35 black smoke, but I need to write that down. We're gonna put that in the notes. I always, now that I'm doing like longer videos, I look out for a lot of information. So let me see what's out there. It's okay. You can't grow a real beard. Most children 11 Bravos can't. Oh, Gus. What's crazy is if you, your name is Gus Moeller. Okay. If you worked in a place, I assume your full name is Gustavo, and you worked in a location that had another Gustavo, and there was 2 of you guys. I think the way that they would tell you apart is he would be Gus, and you would be a spare Gus. And just like that, my following disappears. Viewership is just like just tanks immediately. Like I don't want no part of this. All right, not gonna lie, the buff showing up out of the blue with a beard would be incredible. Glad to see how fast you're getting up post surgery. Love that you have joined the crew on Pepperbox. All of our favorite creators in one spot. Dude, honestly, they have been so amazing. Like all those people on Pepperbox have been just so fucking cool with me, man. I got a lot of LOLs. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Oh, there's one groan. Bro, it would have been so fun to see you to interact. Yeah, with her, bro. 100% of the time you see me. Rude. Don't do war crimes. Have you guys discovered my shenanigans and debauchery that I have let fucking run rampant in the Twitterverse? Oh, I love roasting fucking enemy aggressor country leaders. Where was I at? Go Navy beat Army. Well, we're going past that. Buff canon character, habitual time crosser. Fucking let's do it. I don't know why, but I scrolled all the way up. I gotta get caught up. What story meme prompt do you have for me today for my Azure Lane XHLC universe? Buff gets introduced to a Spitfire. I think it'll be an interesting time. Spitfire obviously was gone, but yeah. By the way, shall we be afraid of World War III? I wouldn't, not necessarily. By the time, I will be honest with you, by the time I would feel nervous enough to warn you guys, bombs would already be falling. So, missiles have explosives on them, in them. Come on, man. Hey, hold on, weapons. Not always. I mean, most of the time. From what I know, some anti-radiation missiles, actually many anti-radiation missiles, and this is the only reason I know this is because it's my job to combat them, actually don't have explosives on board. The Harm does. It has a small explosive. But a lot of aggressor missiles, they don't. It's because their job is just rip through a radar. So they don't need an explosive. They just need to cause enough damage to a radar. No trash day? Let me introduce you to my ex. No, I'm good. I got my own one of those. By the way, me and Mrs. Line Crosser, we have decided for our 10-year wedding anniversary, which is in 6 more years, we're going to write thank you notes to our exes because she was married once before and I was married once before. And that's what we're going to do. Go Navy, beat Army. It's okay, man. You got a learning disability. I'm just kidding. Navy, military police, Aegis radar, best radar. We need to mount the AIM-174 on the kid. Ugh. He could carry it, I bet. They say the missile has 6 warheads and release 6 submunitions each. Yeah, it's a MIRV or an early release submunition. Pepperbox, what is that? So Pepperbox is a standalone. It is a subscription service. Nothing against that there, but so I want you guys to understand. I will always post the same content here. It's just the way I've always been. When I got offered the opportunity to go to Pepperbox, the way I looked at it is, okay, I'm getting out of the military. I'm going to have a little bit of time to create something else. And if I am going to a subscription service, those people are going to get something else. Right? Because to me, morally, it wasn't okay to have people paying just for free, ad-free, which all of my stuff is there. There's no ads in it. You get to watch it all. So I wanted to give the people who did that something else, which is why I started that new series. But all the rest of my stuff will still be here in the same format. You'll still get it. I understand different times are hard on different people, and I completely understand that. Don't feel too bad about that. But Pepperbox is, I think the first week is free, but it's like a whole bunch of us creators.
Would you intercept me?
Daddy Rob is here.
I'd intercept me.
Sat in ATX mock-up. Looks like the Hummer has a few years left. Hoping the pups get a bit of this in the form of a treat.
Oh, it is about that time, isn't it? No, it's not. Yes, no. We're only 27 minutes in. Fuck it. Did you fart on your way over here? You stink so bad, dude. I'm almost out of treats. I gotta go get them some more.
Would you intercept me?
Real men have small dogs.
Me.
Glad to see you're drunk and about. So you know they are calling the FA-18 carrying the SM-6 the Murder Hornet. Funny thing, SM-6 can still get mid-course and terminal from an Aegis ship. Food for thought.
I love every part of that.
Would you intercept me?
Jesus, are we competing here again, guys?
Me.
Next time I see you, I will come up to you with a $50 bill, then ask you a question.
I mean, you can just ask me a question, but all right, fuck it, let's do it. Just be like, I'm with her, and just stick it in, put it in my underwear. You hear me, Wither? You put it in my underwear. My wife's going to be very concerned when another grown man comes up and puts something in my underwear. You retake the ASVAB on December 6th. Wish me luck. Oh, you want the buff to wish you luck.
Listen, it's pretty simple. All you really gotta do is just not be fucking stupid. If you're not stupid, you're gonna be fine. Just what they told you in school, with the exception of the whole, like, you can be an Apache attack helicopter, but like the Pythagorean theorem and like the math and shit, use that and you do just fine.
Sorry, my voice is a little rough. I'm not streaming from Twitch. No, I used to. I have one there. I got out of it. I haven't really had time for it. You had a job interview today. Oh, congratulations, Katie. I hope you get the job. I really do. And I'm not being a smartass. Like, I really hope you get the job. You were gone for a bit, surgery, and come back with a beard. Seems more like the start of a maybe.
Would you intercept
Whether
me?
you guys are on a fucking
I'd
roll today.
intercept me.
What is expected for the future with the cancellation of the lower tier Future Interceptor program?
I haven't heard anything about the cancellation of the lower tier. When I get down to that one, reread that one, because I want to look into that. I haven't heard about a cancellation that doesn't make any sense. So I'm trying to figure out which lower tier they're talking about, because the way the US, for those of you who are like lower tier and upper tier, anytime I mention upper tier, lower tier, oftentimes people think it equates to money, like the quality of a system. But an upper tier system and a lower tier system is strictly based off of engagement altitudes and detection altitudes. The US military breaks down, at least the US Army breaks them into upper tier and lower tier for air defense systems. So upper tier is THAAD, Aegis, GMD, SBX. SBX is also GMD. SBX is sea-based X-band radar. GMD is ground-based mid-course defense. Sorry, I'm trying to like throw all the acronyms at you.
I'd intercept me.
Just wanted to join the $50 comment train, so I used my government credit card. Am I in trouble?
Yeah, big time, man. Oh man, the government credit card. That's rough. You're in big trouble, man. You may want to go talk to your DTS manager. And then lower tier is Patriot, MSHORAD, LPWS, Land-Based Phalanx Weapon System. Some of you guys know that as CWIS or CRAM. Then we have Stingers considered lower tier.
Would you intercept me?
Directed Energy is all lower tier. Yeah.
I'd intercept me.
If the Hummer ATX and ADX do come online, do you think the US Army will buy both of those and the Badger?
I don't know what the Army's going to end up buying for, like, because we need something, man. The Humvee was very expensive and poorly designed. Honestly, I don't... Anyone who likes the Humvee never worked with them in the military. Just, I'm being totally honest with you. They're rickety piles of shit. They rattle the fillings out of your teeth when you do over 30 miles, not even 30, like 15 miles an hour. They're not good. Humvees are crap.
Would you intercept
Jesus,
me?
Wither.
I'd intercept me.
How about we bump it up a knock?
Maybe I'm trying to still get caught up on some of these. Jesus, there's so many. Really looking forward to Brandon as director of the ATF, veteran with a sign as AD director of the VA. So I did talk to, if you guys were not at the show, Brandon had a conversation, may or may not have had a conversation with some very high-ranking people in Washington about that position. Don't know if it's going through yet, but we are trying. Been loving seeing you on Twitter these days. You ever thought about making an account for buff, roasting people in character? Actually, that's not a half bad idea. I kind of like that. I'm going to put that one in the memory bank. I don't know if I'll do that. Maybe I'll just, I don't know. I got to think about that. I don't know if I want to make a whole separate account for it. What are my thoughts on the Norwegian fishing boat that accidentally caught the American sub in its fishing nets? I haven't heard. Is that a new one or is that an old one? Because I thought it happened like a while ago, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I think it's very funny, but it's not unheard of. I mean, think about it. Like, I kind of like we hear about this stuff like when China had one of their fishing vessels get caught in a submarine trap, or one of their submarines get caught in a submarine trap that they had set out for Japan. And I mean, everybody drowned, but at the same time, like when I'm not a submariner. I know submariners. If you guys ever see me in here with Dr. Kozak, he's a former submariner. But circumstantially, you're floating through the ocean, guiding your way by sound. Like you don't know where shit is, especially, I mean, maybe little tiny shit. Look, I'm not a sonar guy, I'm a radar guy. I can tell you, like, when it comes to like Aegis, if you're the size of a golf ball at 190 miles away, they can kill you. When it comes to Patriot, if you're the size of a softball at 100 miles away, they can kill you. Just saying. And no, I know someone's gonna be like, well, what if it's the size of a bumblebee? I don't know. But honestly, it's funny, but it's, I mean, believable. Look at the F-34 Eclipse concept aircraft. The Navy's looking back at it to replace the F-18. Really? F-34 Eclipse? Hold on. Now I gotta see it. Now I gotta see it. I'm not gonna be looking up everything tonight, but I'm gonna look up this. It looks like a non-stealth. It's either a non-stealth F-35 or it's a stealth version of an F-5. Like, that's kind of what it looks like. It looks very strange. It's a very strange aircraft. It's kind of cool looking, though. It's pretty sexy. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Oh, man, it jumped way down. I got to jump all the way back up. HLC, what do I think about conscription militaries and why do some Americans relate to conscription? Relate conscription with incompetence. Thanks and love the content. So, I will tell you, one of the things we teach doctrinally is legitimacy of battle, and you got to have mental and emotional buy-in. Part of our job as leaders, actually a large portion of it, I'm sure every NCO who's in the comment section will agree with me on this, is you have to motivate your soldiers. You have to provide purpose, direction, and motivation. Now, if somebody is conscripted, it is next to impossible to give them purpose, direction, and motivation. If somebody volunteers, much easier to provide purpose, direction, and motivation. So I don't think we necessarily equate it to incompetence. I think it's apathy is more that it's related to. Does that make sense? What do I think all the UFO, UAP videos coming out recently? Part of me says it's all fake. Well, Uncle Sam is in a weird development mode right now. And every time Uncle Sam develops something new, the number of UAPs goes through the roof. Now, this could be actual aliens looking at it, or this could just be whatever they're working on in general. So I don't know. There's very few things that I think Neil deGrasse Tyson is perfectly right on, but the one thing that he did get really, really right is his reference to extraterrestrial life. When people are like, saying that humans are the only intelligent life in the universe is like taking a cup of water out of the ocean and saying whales don't exist. There's just so much out there we don't know and haven't seen. It's next to impossible that we are the only things. Have I thought about getting naval combat missile age? I think you would like it for my missiletism.
Would you intercept me?
Zach Brown!
I'd intercept me.
Damn, everybody's
Can't
here.
compete with Wither, but starting a new/better job in a week, so screw it. Glad
Zach,
you're back, HLC.
thank you guys
Love
so
the
much.
Pepperbox content. Especially kinda consensual lol.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying Kinda Consensual. We just recorded another one. Was it yesterday? Yeah, because day before yesterday, I worked on my exclusive and the video that dropped yesterday. And after the video dropped, I recorded the next Kinda Consensual. Guys, I'm so like just trying to get caught up on everything. Fucking, I'm getting my ass kicked. Phoenix texted me. He's like, "Are you gonna, take some time to rest, or are you gonna be live streaming tonight?" And I was like, "I'm gonna be live streaming, man." And he's like, "Okay, well maybe you'll get some time afterwards." How many high news does it take to get the buff roasting the Rocket Man in North Korea? Slavic special antagonist.
It doesn't take that fucking many. Honestly, one sip of this goddamn thing, I tell old Rocket Man he can go fuck himself. Listen here, Kim Jong fuckface.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna say too much and get banned off of YouTube for live. So you're right. They could be upon us and want to watch the show. Any thoughts on the brand? Oh yeah, I just addressed that. Can we get an old B-29? I thought I had a B-29. I did a B-25 and a B-30 something else. Yeah, you're right. I may not have done a B-29. I know I did the Mitchell. I may have to do it. You have a missile question. Are there missiles that can switch from active radar to anti-radiation while in flight? That's a wonderful question. The answer The answer may confuse you. Okay, not confuse you. The answer is far simpler than most people would think. To think of like, okay, can we do this? You first have to think of a necessity. And me personally, just going from thought here, I can't think of a reason why I would lock onto an aircraft and then mid-flight I would need that missile to lock onto a radar signature. Is it possible? Yes, but we would need a necessity for it. Like it's not unheard of. You know, we have like semi-active and active seekers. So I would say there's probably some that can do that, but the necessity for it is so low, it probably has never been used. I think, maybe. HLC, I'm wearing my Christmas. Yeah, we're there. That's where we're at, folks. Christmas sweater to Thanksgiving dinner. Also, because of you, I learned about history, and it led me to Unsub and Fat Electrician. Seriously? That's awesome. I'm so glad. Like, it's still so weird to me, because I feel like a normal fucking dude. Like, I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. Like, I'm not trying to say this in, like, I've always, no matter what happens in this life and every opportunity I get, and I'm so incredibly thankful for the following and like just you guys and everything, I always want to stay grounded. So like there's this kid that recently was like, they're calling it the adpocalypse on fucking Twitch. And some kid on Twitch is like, I was making $10,000 a month and now I'm making 2,000, or not a month, a day. It was like 10,000 a day and now I'm making 2,000. If I wanted to make money like that, I'd go be a post office worker. And it's like, dude, you're so fucking disconnected from reality. I would still be in here with the same motivation, the same energy, the same everything if there was 2 people in this chat and nothing was getting sent, because I do this to interact with you guys. Like, it's fucking wild, man. So I'm humbled that people are excited to spend time with me, and that I get to be excited right back. It's Gustave, and there's no zero. I'd be known as Old Gus. Would I intercept myself? I do pretty regularly when the wife isn't home. Oh, I'm sorry. That was mean. Got to see her drunk about it. I'm finally getting all the $50 ones. HLC, the Russian missile the Russians hit Ukraine used inert warheads. Also, U.S. publicly said it was medium range. That makes sense. But like, the thing that doesn't make any sense is why. Like, I keep on going back to the only thing that could make logical sense is you want to send a message. Okay. Why not put an explosive on board? I think your message is a lot louder then. Why? Why would you do inert?
Intercept me?
It doesn't make any sense.
I'd intercept me.
Josh Prime, thank you so much, my dude. Wither again.
Would you intercept me?
Wither.
I'd intercept me.
I have question puts 50 in your pants. Would it be possible to intercept a missile that's actively going after a jet?
Yes. It's a hard shot to make, but that's often referred to as a delousing call. If we get called to delouse, it means that we need to kill everything chasing a friendly jet. And that jet is then instructed to fly straight at my missile site. And I hope they make it out the far side. Yeah, this is the thing. I don't know. With that missile that hit Ukraine, it just... I keep going back to they want to send a message. But then, like, the message is laughable because it didn't have a payload. Like, why would you spend all this money on this missile, this new technology, to not do anything? Like, it's so strange. Doesn't make any sense. Like, part of my job is tactics. Tactically, this doesn't make any fucking sense. The unsung hero of World War II is the P-40 Warhawk. Really? I don't even know of the P-40 Warhawk now. I got to do some homework on that. Pepperbox is greater than everything else, including food and drink. Oh my god, it is pretty good. I do enjoy it. This is the thing. I even like watching my friends' shows on there. I got it signed in on my smart TV downstairs. Because part of like being on Pepperbox is I get a Pepperbox subscription. Unless I probably, stop making content on there, and then they'll just be like, guess what? You're not here no more, fucker. How about an Australian character with the Aussie cardboard drone being used somewhere in the northern hemisphere? I did bring that up a while ago. Shit, almost a year ago now? Because I love those Aussie cardboard drones. I love it. They come in like a flat stack. I love every bit of that. It's just new channel, stripper crosser. We're getting there. So what is expected for the future with the cancellation of the lower tier future interceptor program? Now I know what you're talking about. Now that I read it, the lower tier future interceptor program, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Pack 2 and Pack 3 work. We have a lot of them. We can produce more of them. That's what they're going with. Does that make sense? Fort Sill, Oklahoma. That's where I'm at. Wait, he really does the voice. Oh my God, I knew it was him, but I didn't know it was real. Will I ever do a co-op with another YouTuber? Like, you're talking about like streaming or like a video game? Once I'm out and I have a little bit more time, I do plan on changing more than a few things. I don't know what yet, but you know, Aegis, I just realized your picture, Aegis is greater than Pack 3. Isn't that picture of a Patriot radar? That looks like a Patriot or an LTAMS. Huh. I'd love to meet you. The only one that has liked or replied to my comments. I said petition to change the vid name to HLC Geeks about British war names. I think I did see that. Yeah. I try and like be there as much as I can. How fat can you be to be a US pilot? I have no idea. Probably need to work on that. Both of those in the Badger. I don't know what the Army's going to buy. I think, I mean, for the ground vehicles, I'm not really sure. Sorry, Rob, I'm just getting your message now. Hey, you're back. Hope everything went well and you're keeping the surgery site clean. How's Sister Line Crosser doing? So next week she gets her wrist braces off. She's in a lot of pain because they're weaning her off of the pain meds. They're trying to lower her doses of everything. She's pretty much living in an old folks home, which is kind of funny because like I feel like she's an old person at heart sometimes. Like she wants to party, but she also wants to be in bed by like 8:30. So like she's telling us about her shenanigans. She takes bingo very seriously, there. But yeah, she's doing okay. She has put 25% of her body weight on one of her, on trying to walk. Next week she does 50%. And then the week after that is 75%. And then the week after that is 100%. So in 4 weeks 3 more weeks she'll be at 100%. Civil Air Patrol. This is the thing. I would love to have them trash talk Civil Air Patrol, but I would probably have to go down the rabbit hole of learning what Civil Air Patrol is. So I'm sorry. Is it Shadow Woman? Shadow Woman? Thank you so much, by the way. I appreciate that. That beard looks like you got it from Temu. Yo, Gus! It's because I did. All right, there we go. That's all I got. Knox, did you just knock over my new RC truck? I got an RC truck. I got bored. Hang on, I gotta fix the cargo. It was like $40. It's because I'm a child. And I impulse buy things. Now we're going to see what he does. Why isn't it working? Oh. Hold on. Knox, move. He is not a fan of that RC car. Hey. Okay. No more RC car. No more RC car. All right, it's done. It's done. Damn, you just made me get a pepperoni subscription to take responsibility to keep making good content. Well, you know what? He meant Pepperbox, but it's okay. I bet a fucking Auto Cucumber got him. My shit changed to auto cucumber one time, and now I do that on purpose. Goddamn auto cucumber. God forbid the days we drove Hummers. Oh, those fucking Humvees, man. They're so awful. Bubbleheads. No, stop. Hey, don't you judge me. Hang on, I was reading part of the way through that. God, where did it go? Where did it go? I'm sorry. It was like something... Oh my God, it won't let me scroll up anymore. When is my last day in the army? I don't know yet. Still got to go heal up from this and then figure out how many more surgeries. And honestly, I'm going to go reach out to the army. It's taken too damn long. I might just buy out my contract. We might like... Okay, this is just an idea. I'm just putting out some feelers. If I launched a shirt that like showed like set me free and it was the picture of the kid like breaking his chains and coming through the wall of a hangar, and all the proceeds from that went to buying out my contract from the military so that I could get out and make content full time. Anyone be interested? Just curious, just putting out some feelers. Do you think in 2027, if America goes to war with China, I can volunteer and get my citizenship faster? I don't know. I don't know about the citizenship thing. Everyone's like, let's fucking go. Yes. It was either that or like, I was just going to make shirts that say, I freed a slave. And just have those. Because the only reason they pay us is because indentured servitude is illegal.
I'd intercept me.
HLCI will buy that shirt. Here's a down payment.
All right, let me find out what I don't even know what it costs to buy out a contract. It's taken a while. Free HLC. Intercept this in a picture of a contract. Oh man. SSX-31 Russian ICBM. Could we shoot it down? And why didn't it get shot down if we could? Okay, so you're good. A lot of people, and I'm not talking shit. A lot of people immediately assume any missile that shoots a long distance is an ICBM. There's a requirement. We're going to let Wither go through here.
I'd intercept me.
I would personally give 1,000 for the contract buyout.
Jesus, Wither. You know what's funny is Nick and Eli suggested this. They're like, why don't you just find out what that number looks like? And then we'll launch a shirt. He's like, we'll launch it through Unsub, we'll launch it through my channel, and we will pull together and we'll buy out your contract, and anything topside of that, we'll like donate it to a charity or something. And I'm like, all right, let me ask. Let me find out. Haven't been back at work yet, but so a lot of people assume that just that a far-reaching missile that goes really high and has MIRV is an ICBM. No, ICBM is a certain type of category. I think it's over like 3,400 miles or 4,200 kilometers or something like that. This is a mid-range ballistic missile. Not talking shit, just kind of, letting you in on it. So can we shoot something like that down? Yes, absolutely. The United States has the capability with either GMD or Aegis, maybe THAAD. I don't know the full extent of how high it was up there, because people are like, oh, it just goes out in the atmosphere and then comes back in. But outside the atmosphere, it can be anything above the Kármán line, which is 100 kilometers up. Certain ballistic missiles go 150 to 300 kilometers up. So like, it's a ways up there. So with that, we didn't intercept it because it was going at Ukraine and not us. That's the long and short of it. Is it wasn't coming at anything we cared about that we were protecting, so we just let it go. So it's a waste for us to shoot it. All right, y'all, this old salt is out. Take it easy, John. I'm sorry, I'm just getting to it. Kind of makes sense, just interesting, since 82% of the public are willing to defend the country, over 70% support conscription, and the average conscript is well motivated. Even before 22, stats were high. You're not wrong. Which country is that for? I think you're paying in euros. I'm not familiar. Oh shit, there's a Discord. I have a Discord, yes. Just caught you on the unsub. Thank you so much, guys. Oh my god, it was inert. It just fell. But to know how fast it fell, and to know how fast it was moving, they're like, it was moving at Mach 10. Highly doubt it was in its terminal phase. I highly fucking doubt it was. Well, why was it glowing? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to introduce you guys, and if you haven't looked it up, okay, there's something called the rocket problem. Now, I'm abbreviating this a whole lot because the rocket problem is a fucking problem. When people are like, man, how do we make this thing go this fast, this far? Well, we just got to produce this much thrust. It's not that easy. Because, okay, fuel, all right, we're going to go into physics here real quick. Fuel is stored energy. Now, using that fuel, you have to put it through an engine, like a rocket motor, and it produces X amount of thrust. Now, let's say that's 42 to 44,000 pounds of thrust. Okay, cool. That's a lot of thrust. How heavy does that object have to be to carry that amount of fuel? Well, now you got to calculate that. Okay, well now, how much is friction playing a factor on the outside of said object? Well, now you got to calculate that. Well, if friction is slowing it down this much, you got to have a more powerful motor to be able to make it go this fast. But also, however fast, what is it? It's one of, it's either Einstein's or Newton laws, if you push on an object, the shit's going to keep going. It's pretty much what it's getting at, is the thrust has to be moving almost an equal amount of speed to the object it's pushing. So the thrust out the back of a Mach 5 or Mach 10 fucking missile has to be moving at Mach 5 or Mach 10, the thrust. How much fuel does it take to do that? Can you do that with regular fuel? Do you need liquid fuel? Do you need solid state fuel? What kind of rocket motor? Like these are all things that correlate into the rocket problem. So if you just Google the rocket problem, it's going to give you that, but with a whole lot more words. That's the rocket problem. Everyone's like, missiletism! So we just need higher octane fuel to produce more thrust. Maybe? I don't know. Like I have very little understanding of conversion of stored energy to thrust. That's something you need applied physics for. That's way above me. Scenario I can think of with active radar to active radiation missiles is targeting ECM aircraft once they turn on the ECM. Okay. Yes, rifleman. For a situation like that, yes, but it wouldn't change dynamically in flight. I don't think it would lock on to said radar signature and go towards the target. Which actually has happened before. I didn't know this.
Would you intercept me?
Weapons actually taught me about that. I'm going to make a video about it.
Me.
It happened before.
Sorry, the Temu beard has to go unless you grow it out and dye it red to look Scottish. Could the Russian toy, or ICBM, been a message? The next one will be live sort of thing? I would send 1,500 for the shirt.
You send 1,500 for the shirt. I don't know. Again, it could be a message. It just, to me, like the easiest explanation is it was a message. That's the easiest explanation. But then like you dive into the tactics of it. Can anyone think of a single time the US used an inert missile, object, bomb, anything to send a message? That's what doesn't make any sense. I was racking my brain. Like, we never, as far as I know, we've never, okay, we threw a toilet. That was the thing that happened. But like, I don't know. That's what doesn't make any sense. Why would you waste the money of sending the rocket without putting at least a little bit of a payload on board? Like, obviously it's empty, so just put some fucking TNT in there. You know, like you have extra of it, put some black powder, like do something. You know, it just doesn't, that's the part that it just doesn't make any sense. Someone said the slap chop missile. Well, okay, that's but that one's purpose designed without explosives on board. That's not fair, though. Toilet in the kitchen sink. You can buy out a contract. I was told you can. I don't know. Artemis 2 is getting stacked with the VAB and KSC. 2025 for Artemis 2. Artemis 2 is the one going to Mars and staying there, right, with people? Didn't even know you had a YouTube channel. Been watching on TikTok. My man is the GOAT. Thank you so much, the goal line. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I'm trying to get caught up here. Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me. I'd intercept me so hard. I need to do that last part. Could have been a Scud missile, an old Cold War missile, just so I won't be shot down. I have no idea. I don't know. There's just not enough details. If I was in a system that was tracking that missile, I would have a very clear. I could tell you right away, like if it classified as like a TBM Bravo or Charlie, they'd be like, it's an MRBM. No, it's not. It's an SRBM. Has short range, by the way. Could the missile with no warheads could be like the U.S. shooting down our own satellite F-15, showing you can do it again? That's what it brings me back to. Is like, I mean, it could be, but financially, like, okay, because I try and put myself in their headspace. Like they're struggling economically. As much as they try and be like, oh, we're fine, these sanctions haven't done shit. Look, Russia is struggling economically. They're literally, the ruble is worth less than a penny right now. So they're struggling. They're doing a lot of cryptocurrency shit. They're making deals. They just sent 1 million barrels of oil to North Korea because they're the only people that will circumvent the sanctions to buy it from them. So like, why? Like, why not just put a little bit on there? That's the thing that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, it's just, you have it. It's laying around. Like, fucking go for it. If Elon buys MSNBC, I need a SOT. Let's fucking do it. We'll just call it missiletism with HLC. And I'll just sit there and berate different countries all day long and be like, well, so Iran said this today, and what we say to Iran is, fucking do it, bitch. That's what I'll say. That'll be my MSNBC. So it's safe to assume you guys recorded the flight profile of the new Russian missile. Also, what's my favorite MRE? Yes. 100%. The US has more sensors in more places than everybody else in the world combined. Plus, it fell in Ukraine. I don't know if you guys know this, but Poland has a fully operational Aegis Ashore. I'm gonna leave that as is. But like, you guys can kind of connect the dots there. Poland has, I mean, it's not theirs, it's ours. It's just in Poland. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's fully functioning and it's up and running. So somebody saw that fucking missile. I promise you. Favorite MRE, box B, menu number 24, buffalo chicken. But it also depends on kind of like my feel. I can also fuck with Mac, Chili Mac. I fuck with Chili Mac. Thank you for your service. When you retire, become Scott Manley of Weapons. I'm trying to get out. I'm trying. I've been begging for them to fire me. Did you guys see that in the what was it? The Let Him Cook episode that I did with Cody? I like looked at the camera. I was like, Army, fire me, please. I'm trying to do this the right way, man, but they are not making this shit easy. Take it with a grain of salt, but Russian Telegram claims it was very difficult for Moscow to put an explosive on the missile, inert missile much easier. It's very logical. Like that would put two and two together. If they were like, look, it was difficult to put an explosive on board, so we just went with inert because it's designed solely for a nuclear warhead. I'd be like, okay, that makes sense. That makes perfect fucking sense. Like, if that's why they did it, okay, that puts two and two together for me. I'm okay with it. Grow old, never grow up, ever. Do you think your multiple personality disorder will be classified as service-related with the VA? God, I fucking hope so. Do you think any country will develop a hypersonic air-to-air or air-to-ground missile in the future? Well, hypersonic is defined as anything that goes over Mach 5. I don't like using Mach because Mach is the, relative to the speed of sound, and the speed of sound can vary depending on altitude and how much oxygen is there. So I like using 1 mile per second or 1.6 kilometers per second. And if you go back in time, there's this missile called the Phoenix missile. It was on board the F-14 Tomcat, and it was capable of Mach 5 speeds. It was America that made that. And then right now we're currently working on the Mako, which is in development. And the Mako is, I believe, air-to-air. I don't know about the air-to-air portion. I believe it is, but I'm not certain. And air-to-surface. And it's designed, they've test-fit it on the F-35, the F-16, the F-15, the F-22. I feel like I missed F-18. Yeah, and they've test fitted on all those, but they wanted to make sure it fit inside the weapons bay of the F-35 and the F-22. So yes. Remember, the only reason the bad guys don't have any good new technology is because they haven't been able to steal it from us yet. Finland. Oh, good old Finland. Good old Finland. It's all fun and games until the snow starts speaking Finnish. Sorry, the Timu beard. Oh. Rob, I just caught up to that. Personally, it could be very well the reason it was inert is because it may have been designed. Again, that could be it. That makes more sense than any other reason I could think of. And interesting. So do you think it was done? That's another theory, is that it just, they put something in it last minute and it didn't go off? Question mark. Just testing the engines. Well, again, nothing, nothing against you. Russia, if you look at their population density map, almost nobody lives in like all of Western Russia. Like you get to Moscow and like everything to the west or east is fucking empty. There's like less than a person per like 50 square kilometers over there. There's nobody over there. So for me, why not just test it there if you were going to test it? Like that's my brain. Plus, if you look up north of Moscow, right near Finland, where that little fucking weird peninsula goes out towards Finland, that's a missile test site right there. And if you were going to test a missile, you wouldn't, just respectively saying this, you wouldn't test a missile in enemy territory in case something went wrong and it fell and the enemy got a hold of it. So I doubt it. I'd like to think that Russia's smarter than that, but I don't know. I wish I had more information for you. Rubles equal ruble. Is it what? Did I fuck up? Fall of Russia Part 2, the Electric Boogaloo. Look, the Fall of Russia Part 2, I'm buying a fucking T-80. I don't care which country I have to store it in. I'm buying a fucking T-80. Yes, I get it. They're giant piles of shit. But how many times in your life do you have an opportunity to buy a T-80 for 50 bucks? I want a T-80. I want a ZU-23-2. I would like, what's crazy is like, I'm not really a huge air defense guy, but a Buck M1 for the right price, I'd take one. A couple of PKMs, definitely AKs. A Dishka, if I can get my hands on it. Yeah, I think there's export laws requiring us not to have Dishkas, but I mean, I know that's kind of old stuff. Yeah, there's a lot that I would really like. If Russia falls again, I'm gonna get my hands on.
Would you intercept
Trenton?
me?
Holy shit!
I'd intercept me.
Looking forward to the buyout and the craziness in the private sector that you may or may not cause. This be whiskey drinking numbers smiles.
You know what, dude? That's pretty much a bottle. Actually, that is a bottle of fucking Blue Label. So now I gotta go get a goddamn Blue Label. Although in January, I've set everything from that last stream that we did for Sister Line Crosser, it was like 2 or 3 streams ago. I've set all that aside. So when I go out to see Sister Line Crosser, which I still haven't been able to do because you guys have seen where I've been all over the fucking place and getting surgery. When I go out to see her, absolutely, I'm going to treat her. And I'm out of booze. Woman, where's my woman? Is Russia sending subliminal messages to Ukraine while avoiding the Spartans to start screaming at Russia like it's Metallica concert in the 90s? Russia, it's really weird. Like the entire war machine of Russia, it doesn't fight the way I expected it to. Like I expected a higher level of competence. Oh. What did Mrs. Linecrosser say? She's like, you're still taking sad pills. What? Why do I need to tell people? Nope, you're cut off. You're still taking sad pills. Fuck! I've been cut off, guys. I'm going to start handing out my address and they're going to DoorDash me booze, woman. It's going to happen. Just kidding. She's going to come up here. The fuck they are. What was I talking about? Shit. Yeah, no. So Russia has been fighting very, very strangely. I thought they were past the meat wall tactics. I genuinely did. Like, I'm not being a smartass. Like, I thought their technology had advanced. I thought they were past the meat wall tactics. I thought they were, kind of above a lot of the things that they're doing. And it doesn't make any sense. Now, I understand that not every unit is the worst unit you see. Like, and people have to understand that. Like, every time the U.S. Army does something abhorrent, it's one person who does something fucking awful. And like 2 or 3 that cover it up. I understand that's not an entire organization. It's so common in the Russian military. It doesn't make, it's so strange, man. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. I like dunking on Russians. Don't get me wrong. But, like, it's so strange. It's really weird, man. Hello, welcome back. Have you tried Pepperidge Farm Milano Slices peppermint cookies? I actually have not. That sounds fucking delicious. I did have some mint chocolate chip ice cream today, boys, girls, non-binary toaster ovens, Apache attack helicopters, whatever you decide to be. Russia inherited its ICBM whole infrastructure from the Soviets. Really? Last call is it's somebody pushing a button. Very plausible. Again, I keep on trying to like bring understanding to the Russian way. It's so strange. Like, there's things that I see from Russia that I'm so... She says I'm buzzing a whole bunch. I don't know what's buzzing. Everyone in chat says that I sound fine. Maybe the speaker downstairs is broken, Mrs. Linecrosser. But what doesn't make any sense? How do I word this? How do I fucking word this? I totally lost my fucking train of thought. Oh my god, I can't believe I did that. Sending it, I gotta follow the same train of thought. But Mrs. Linecrosser kept fucking texting me. Yeah, they just it's oh sorry. I watched some of their videos and it gets it says I am buzzing. Feedback buzz. I have a feedback buzz. Let me see. All right, I am buzzing. Let me see if I gotta. Let me up the gate. How about that? Maybe that's better. Let me know. Let me know. I'm gonna stop for a second before I finish this thought. We're gonna see if the buzz is gone. Okay, you said nope, it's not fixed, or nope, it's better. It's a rhythmic buzz. Why do I have a rhythmic buzz? There's nothing electronic near me. There's nothing on my person. What the? Oh my god. Oh, you know, I wonder. Let me crank up the gate a whole bunch more and compress it a little bit and see if that gets anything. Zap, 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 zap. It's my mic. This mic is brand new. Hold on, let me unplug it and plug it back in. How's that? Now it seems gone. Okay. I turned up the compressor and I turned up the gate. So hopefully that's good for now. So it's interesting is I see things that happen in this conflict and I pay attention to the way troops on the ground even do things when they think they're not being like watched. Like I saw a Russian who was scared of a drone. Every time I talk, it comes up. Did I power off the RC? Oh, that might be it. I'm gonna remove the controller. I have a ground issue? Hope not. Turn down the gate. Now, okay, I'm turning down the gate. Okay, so, I see Russians, like there was this guy, he was hiding from a drone and he pointed. It was the weirdest, like, I mean, at first I was like, this is awful. But then like, it's so strange to me. He pointed at a friend of his who was wounded and it wasn't the buzz is back. I don't know what this buzz is. I'm going to have to check out what the damn thing is. I don't know what's going on. I had it right. Okay, I'm turning the gate back up. Someone said turn the gate down. Turn in the gate. Well, she said the gate. She said I was cutting out. Loose cord? From where? Fritz, if he chewed up one of my cables. Doesn't look like it. Gate is too high. I need a real audio engineer. Shit. Let me, you know what? I'm going to bring up my own fucking stream. We're going to just troubleshoot it. Why not? Let's do that together, guys. Gotta go. No, not there. I don't want to go to that. I want to go to view my channel. Lives. We are back. There's 1,000 of you watching in here? Lives. We are back. There's 1,000 of you watching in here? Hey, it sounds fine. We are back. It sounds fine. What the hell? It's like a clock ticking. I'm going to just talk and talk and talk and talk for a second. I'm going to just talk loud, make sure it's nice and loud. And now it's like a clock ticking. I'm going to just talk and talk and talk and talk for a second. I'm going to just talk loud, make sure it's nice and loud. And now it's like a clock ticking. I'm going to just talk and talk and talk. All right, everyone's saying audio is fine now. But anyways, he pointed at one of his buddies, and his buddy was like wounded, and he was trying to convince him. Mrs. Linecrosser, you know what? Come up here with a pizza and a bikini top and fix it. Pointed at his friend. His friend was being, hold on. You know what? Come up here with a pizza and a bikini top and fix it. Sounds great. I'm just like it's the watch? Is it my watch? It doesn't make any sense. So he wanted the drone to kill his friend instead of him. That's such a weird thing for me to like hear, like, or to see. It's such a strange thing. Sorry, let me get caught up. Former Fort Sill alumni here, Delta 14006 and Charlie 178. I think 178 is still here. Thoughts on the B-21 Raider program, future character? I do want to add in the Raider. Honestly, I'm very excited for the Raider because it's more cost efficient than the B2. Don't get me wrong, I love the B2 Spirit. It'll always be OG, but yeah. Oh, she's coming up with a shovel. The kid is doing a psyop. Listen, I just got to get some stuff done. Audio's fine, leave it alone. Thank you, Meat Puppet. I'm catching up now. It might be a phone, watch other device, send RF. I'm going to put my phone over here. We're just going to ignore that. Even if it's Mrs. Linecrosser, she's going to have to come up here and do something about it. You hear that? Do something about it, woman. Of course, when you listen to yourself, it sounds fine. I'm sorry. Franklin a buff? It's gotta be.
Listen, you don't make fun of that little guy. He's out here putting in work, okay? He ran a good race. He ran a great race.
She gaslighting you? Hey, yo, bro, chill. Sponsored by Delete Me. All right, now I'm caught up. All right, I just had to get... Did I ever do an FB 111? You're talking about the Aardvark? I never done. I really need to. You hear the stairs banging? Buff, I tried voting for you. Sad you lost.
It's all right. We'll get him. We'll get him next year. I know there's not an election next year, but we're just gonna take it by force.
Occasional buzz still? Sorry, guys. Wood, thank you so much. I think it's a pound. What I gave somebody's mom. Actually, nobody's mom, because my wife doesn't have children. We don't have children. What is up? When she kills him, we all saw nothing. That's fine. This election was stolen from Buff. It was. Recall for the Buff. Need a shirt. My relationship status is F-22 Raptor. I do need to drop a new shirt. It's been a little while since I put one together. This is the thing. Look, guys. You need to bother Mrs. HLC in my comment section because she reads my comment section. Now she says I'm cutting in and out. She reads my comment section, and she says that, or I told her that she needs to come up with a, all buff, no bluff, or the buff doesn't bluff, or something like that. That was the next shirt I had planned, and I told her, I was like, you need to come up with it. And she has been dragging her feet. So, in the comment section, make sure you guys harass her on a pretty regular basis. Pretty regular. She's going to kill me. HLC, you and the TFE should take a look at contact front and RevTac firearms training. Christy Horton sniper competition in Jackson. Just missed it this year, but I have a great time. I mean, this is the thing. You guys give me way too much credit as a creator, like thinking that I'm good with a firearm. I can shoot long distances in a very comfortable position. But yes. I would go out and announce one of those. Fucking what was it? Regiment had a thing going on, and I was like, oh hell yeah. I'm like shit at it, but it was a Call of Duty tournament. I was like, I'm shit at Call of Duty, but I'll announce it. And Regiment never said anything. Nothing against Regiment. They actually do a lot for video gamers. Like, I'm a member of Regiment. That's the only reason I brought it up to them. Grandpa Buff is defense secretary. Well, let's do it. Mr. and Mrs. B21. So I have a character for Mrs. Linecrosser. I have one for her to do. Absolutely. But I want you to know, we sat here. This is my game room. There's a chair over there in the corner. We sat here one day for 20 minutes. She had my phone in her and was trying to record one line for this character. She couldn't do it. So baby steps. We're trying to get there. Baby steps. Hold on. HLC, what? You need the aardvark and the thunder screech? I like the idea of the aardvark. I got to do more work or homework on it. Mrs. HLC, don't worry. We will still blame him for it. Did she say something? Wow. Oh, she was talking trash. It's all right, Mrs. HLC. It's okay. Come downstairs and I'm gonna give you one of these. I'm just kidding. Domestic violence is not funny, folks. When it actually happens, it's not funny. Joking about it, that's perfectly fine. I'm just kidding. Don't. Actually, I'm not kidding. Fuck it. We're just gonna go for it. As a former GM3, I'd love to see more Navy content. I do need to bring back the boats because we have a lot of boat stuff going on as of lately. But I made a mistake. That was my own fault. Is the boat character? Oh, sorry guys, a little tired. The boat character I made only for the USS Carney. Do you guys think I would get in any trouble if I just use that same character for like all Arleigh Burke class destroyers, kind of like I do with the F-22 and the buff? Do you think I'd be... Weapons, you did give me a story for the F-111. I just haven't looked it up, man. Just weapons. Relax. Army's mom makes the best breakfast. Ooh. Listen here, Navy guys. If I wanted to hear anything from Fat Camp, I'd come and bother you about it, okay? I'm sorry. B-21 shirt. Oh, you need a B-21 shirt. When I do something good with that character, I got it. Powers Booth for the F-111 or Tommy Lee Jones. If I could do a Tommy Lee Jones voice, I'd be straight money. Pretty sure you kicked Franklin off your porch? Sorry, bro. All right, give me the fucking keys. I need the keys right now. Look, I just want to go talk to him. Not shaved HLC is cursed. That might be what it is. The microphone may not like the beard. Fish are friends, not food? Disagree. Always wanted to see Mrs. HLC high five HLC's face. And annoy the Army missile tard. Hey, that's fair. I'm a missile tard. God damn it, you started damn yawning. I'm sorry, man. Guys. I do love Buff too much. I need to bring back in the what is it called? Sky Warden. There you go. Is it still? Let me unmute. Guys, I do love Buff too much. I need to bring back in the what is it called? Sky Warden. See, it's fine. You guys heard it on my end. It sounded fine to me. I'd say every class should get a voice. I would, yes. I want the Arleigh Burke class. I think when it comes to carriers, so last time I did carriers, I did like a Cheech and Chong thing. I don't like that. It didn't get set real well. I need like an authoritative like person for carriers, because carriers, like, don't get me wrong, I love all Navy ships, mostly. But carriers, they're a fucking status symbol. They are what battleships were at the end of World War I. Like, when people saw a battleship, they were like, fuck. That's the thing you don't want to fuck with. Now people see carriers and they're like, fuck. Especially like a Ford class carrier. They're like, fuck. That's what you don't want to fuck with. That right there is a city and a larger air force than like 40% of the countries in the world floating on the ocean. Just one of them. Ships, go Navy, beat up their boats. You guys out there, row in your bullshit. I see it. You and Cappy on Unsub were great. Cappy can't do. Cappy was fucking. I didn't realize how far. I love Chris, by the way. I love Chris. Chris is such a good person, man. He's so fucking cool. And but Chris, man, we were putting him down, and when I've been on Unsub before, obviously. And before me and Chris went, we went to Dunkin' and we went and got some breakfast and stuff. And we were shooting shit. And he's like, is there anything I should be aware of? I was like, no, dude, honestly, be yourself. Like, these guys are like really cool. And if you like the next couple days, if you find something you're like, hey, I really shouldn't have said that, they will edit it out. Like, it's not a problem. These guys are really good guys. And he got really comfortable. And I've gotten used to pouring my drinks kind of light while I'm there. Because I mean, you just put them down because you're just shooting the shit with the boys. So you just put them down. And one of the times I did not pour them very light, and I got fucking schmammered. So I've learned that. Chris has not learned that, and I didn't realize how far gone Chris was until we were standing there's an island. So like we at the Unsub house, you're in the living room. That's really where you're at. The whole walls are painted and everything behind you, and you're facing like on the other side of the table. You're facing like the kitchen. And we go into the kitchen, there's an island there, and I'm standing there just drinking a beer. I'm shooting the shit with Brandon, and I look over, and Chris, dude, he's just wobbling. He's just back and forth. Dude, it was so good. Eli was like, hey, let's go get some food. And I was like, yeah, somebody else is driving, not Chris and not me. And he's like, yeah, I could tell. And I was like, all right, cool, we're good. Dude, man, it's fucking, Chris is good people. You're a top bloke from the UK. Audio's good now, by the way. I don't know why I did that Australian, but I'm not gonna lie. One of the only words I'm jealous of that the UK gets to use, there's like two of them, is the C word, obviously, and bloke. I think that like America should really use that. Do a Scottish accent again with clunge. Of course, that's, God damn, there's such interesting words over there. Find a way to have the kid mention the E4 Mafia helping him get an intercept. When he does, this is the thing, when that happens, I know that video is going to probably be my most viral video because everyone is going to wait for the video of the kid getting an intercept. And I want to build a whole storyline behind it with shenanigans, debauchery, tomfoolery, and everything that has happened to get him there. Pretty sure one of your past units replace 10th Mountain at a cop. 12. No, so no, we didn't do Enduring Freedom in 10-11 or 11-12. We did 10-11. Before that, they did Iraq in 8-9. No. Yes, because I didn't arrive to Carson until 9, and they had gotten back. No, they did 7-8 in Iraq, and then they did 10-11 Afghanistan, and then they did 13-14 to Kuwait. So no, we didn't do 10-11 OEF. I missed a super chat. I'm sorry, I was trying to catch up. I missed somebody's. What, Johan? When is World War III starting? I don't know. I wish I knew. Honestly, if I were you, the safe bet is it's already going on. It's just an economic war and not a combat war, like an open combat war. Mrs. Linecross is keeping out for Wei Yuhan to try and let me know what the heck is going on. Muppet is another good word. Why no helicopter characters? Why the snub? So I did do one helicopter character. I did Angry Chops. I made my buddy Rich Angry Cops. He was an AH-64 Apache attack helicopter that I tried doing once. It seems like all the news I get is about planes for some reason. Like, it's really strange. Starship possible 5 to 10 IFT for 2025. Now that's good for DDG. Carney, best DDG. 2 DMs for new story on SLS. I will check. I will check. Mrs. Linecrosser. Let's see what she wants now. Oh, why you hating? I'm sorry. I'm fucking not what you Han. This is a perfect time for me to talk about the importance of diagnosing dyslexia at a young age. Yeah. There we go. HLC Bad Boys for carriers. I wonder if I might be able to do a Will Smith, Steven Seagal for carriers. I'm just a cook. That's fucking, what was that? That wasn't Ticonderoga he was on, wasn't it? I don't think it was a carrier. Maybe. Patent voice would go hard for a carrier voice. Oh, there we go. The Law, thank you so much. I'm trying to... Chat disconnected. Oh, did I disconnect? I guess I disconnected. Carrier says John Voight. Why do I know that name? Who is he? I'm great with faces, terrible with names. Ah, okay, now I know who you're talking about. From fucking a lot of big movies. Scotland! Sorry. The Poles are actually fucked up buying... We Poles actually fucked up buying USA equipment. Why is that? I'm not being a smartass. Why? We make good shit. Take it easy, weapons. Habitual line crosser, maybe you have Johnny. Well, as an air, Pilgrim. I'd have to really work on that one. My voice is fucked right now because I literally just made a video and like probably close to half of it is talking like the buff, which does a number on your voice. So now, like, I can talk normal, but having a whole bunch of other stuff is hard. Many moons ago, Aviation Ordnance, AH-1Z. Mrs. Linecrosser, she sent me a picture. She probably took a picture of it, of the question. Carrier showing up says, behave yourself. Why you hating says, a carrier showing up says, behave yourself. 2 is a promise, and 3 is a landscaping project. There we go. My bad. Why you hating? Thank you so much. My bad. Mrs. Linecrosser coming to save the day. I'm trying to stay on top of these. Brad Pitt and Glorious Bastards for carriers. You speak the third best, I tell you. Action figure I used to love action figure therapy, man. Somebody asked, I just saw it on the left chat, what do I think when someone talks about Russia? It really depends what they talk about. There are a lot of things Russia has done really well. The USSR space program back in the day. I will not downplay their contributions to World War II. Now, their contributions would have meant really fuck all had it not been for Lend-Lease. But the only reason Lend-Lease was worth a damn is because the U.S. was, number one, an industrial powerhouse, and number two, we joined late, so we still had our shit intact. Germany just couldn't produce at that speed. So all of our shit was fresh to the fight, and we were able to produce it in mass. I like the Su-34. If I were to pick like a favorite aggressor aircraft, it's going to be the Su-34. I think it's a sexy looking aircraft. Even the exposed engines, it's still sleek. It's still a good looking design. Thank you, thank you, Why You Hating, for being patient. I'm so sorry. Punisher voice for carriers. I guess I kind of already do that, but maybe. Love what you do, and hopefully I can catch you next time. Mr. LDF, thank you so much for being here. If you're still in, sorry, my dude. Ronald Reagan, since there's already one, it works. I wonder if I could do a Reagan voice. Maybe. Did I see the fan song for Grandpa Buff on YouTube? Yes. That's by Warrior Shaman. He's done a couple of them. I haven't had time to listen to all of them. He shot me, like, he's tagged me in a couple of them on YouTube, or Twitch, not Twitch, fucking Twitter. I was like, TikTok, Twitch, which one is it? Fucking Twitter, X, whatever it's called. I just haven't had time to listen to him. I like literally like, so here's the thing, guys. Have you ever been like looking at your phone for like 0.000000013 seconds longer than your missus? And she harps on you for always looking at your phone? Or you come home from a long day where you haven't looked at your phone, you haven't kind of chilled out, and then you sit on the couch and you start looking at your phone, and then they want to bring up that conversation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They want to talk to you about every intricate little detail in their life, in your life. Yeah, add that on top of trying to work in the army and do social media. Bro, I love Mrs. Landcrosser, but sometimes I look her in the face and I'm like, stop. Please. Just fucking leave me alone. Give me 10 minutes. And she does. And she's very good. Can we get Unsubscribed to make a parody commercial about Blue Sky? It's actually not a half bad idea. I'm gonna text Eli. I'm gonna text him right now. That's a wonderful idea, and I want to be a part of it. There we go. Just texted it to him. Perfect. Now you got a buzzing too. The flanker. Yeah, I think the flanker's a sexy ass aircraft. For I mean, yeah. He just got broed. Did I get broed? Bro. The chocolate harem cannon. I need to. Yes, ping. I need to bring you guys in. Is there an M1A2 voice? I know HLC was a tanker. What's crazy is I really haven't used the two weapon systems that I've worked most on, which is an Abrams and a Patriot system. The Su-34 is an ugly fighter bomber. Hey man, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I think the Su. Let me make sure I'm thinking of the right one, because I can see it in my head. Yeah, no, I think that's a good looking aircraft. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of is that big like thing that sticks out the back. But other than that, I mean, it's a good looking aircraft. For aggressor aircraft, anything less than YMCA by the Village People for the carriers is a crime against humanity. Do I play War Thunder? I used to. I uninstalled it for stress reasons. What ship would be the Clinton voice? Oh. I'm trying to find a way to make this into a joke. I cannot think of a joke for the life of me right now. Are there any ships that have suicided other ships? Is that a thing? Submarines, yeah, they kind of make other ships disappear and really no one knows why. So yeah, maybe Clinton make a good submarine. I can hear you in the water. I do a decent Clinton. Not great, but. Am I familiar with the PAC-4 missile? PAC-4. I've never even heard of that. What is the PAC-4? I'm not familiar. So are you talking about the PAC-3 MSE or the PAC-3 Rig 360? which the RIG 360 stands for Remote Interceptor Guidance 360, and the PAC stands for Patriot Advanced Capabilities version 2 or 3. I'm not familiar. The Stinger on the back of the Su-34 is a radar and ESM system. I didn't know that. The Higgins boat. The Kitty Hawk sank a Russian sub. Seriously? My older brother was on the shitty kitty. He did not have anything nice to say about that thing. I can hear you in the water. I did not have sexual relations with that Russian ship. Fuck, I couldn't even get it out. Oh, man. Oh, perfect for Clinton. Based. Everyone based. I have played World of Tanks not in a long time. Not in a long, long time. Just glad I'm doing better. Thank you so much. Elon will appreciate that. Eli will appreciate that text. I did not know the USS Kitty Hawk sank a sub. Hold on. It collided with a Soviet submarine. Huh. 1984, a Russian submarine collided with the U.S. aircraft carrier. So I guess it was their fault, right? Maybe? Question mark? God, the Kitty looks so fucking old compared to what we have now. It looks so dated. In 1984, the incident wasn't the only serious collision involving a submarine during the Cold War. It was common throughout the Cold War for NATO and Soviet submarines to stalk surface ships and other submarines in order to gather intelligence and work out tactics for sinking the vessels in the event of conflict escalated into a shooting war. More than once, these undersea stalkings went awry. Collisions damaged ships and subs on both sides. In 1984, the Soviet Victor-class attack submarine Petrov, that's a lot of consonants, struck the U.S. Navy aircraft carrier USS Kitty Hawk. The New York Times covered, okay, so it hit it. If SM-6, hold on, somebody said something about SM-6. My missiletism is tickling. Can become an AIM-174. It's the next missile you put on an aircraft regardless of the reality. Ooh, wonderful question. If I were to pick a missile, I would say Pac 3. Because an SM-6 is pretty much a Pac 2, more or less. A little bit longer range. But a Pac 3 is lighter and smaller, and you can fit more of them. So you could, so you got 4 SM-6s, or AIM-174s underneath an F-18, which is a fucking gangster, by the way, and then 2 AIM-120s and 3 AIM-9s. Like, that's the amount of firepower that's on board that F-18. I don't know if you guys ever saw that picture that I did that video with. Like, that's, dude, that is intense. Like, if I was the ammo guy who was loading that bird up, I would just sit there and stare at it for like an hour afterwards. Like, no, you can't take it yet. Like, this is fucking art. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I would say Patriot Pac 3. Just because smaller, you could fit more of them. So if you got 4 of those, that would be 16 of the Pac 3s? Question now? Carrier voice should be Maverick from Top Gun 2. 4 variants of DDG have fun. Zumwalt class stealth destroyer has its own. I thought the Zumwalt was getting canceled. I'm not being a smartass. I thought the Zumwalt was getting, like, they were done with it. And they were going with the Constellation class frigates. If you do amphibious assault ships, between crazy and aggressive and professional. I should do an amphibious assault ship. I bet the Marines would love that. Yes, it was the sub's fault. You've gotten in trouble at work by letting one of your characters' voices come. Oh, have I gotten in trouble saying this is bullshit? No. I mean, honestly, people just agree with me when I say that shit at work is bullshit. Gem Tango? Oh, we got a fucking there he is. Gem Tango. He's a Patriot guy. The Space Force voice has to be Private Potato. Have I heard anything more on that torpedo? Oh, the super cavitation torpedo? Bro, we probably won't find out for that, because, like, it's still in theory. The main problem with super cavitation, so for those of you who don't know, I did a video a while back talking about using super cavitation, which the idea is relatively simple. is you create a bubble around a torpedo that now allows that torpedo to move at supersonic speeds underwater, which is fucking terrifying, by the way. But the problem we have with that is now you have a torpedo circumstantially flying because it's on air underwater, which is really difficult, especially when it comes to turning. Because now you have to create a thrust system that can allow that thing to turn, but the cavity of which it's inside of also has to turn with it. So like physics is really difficult. Straight line, yeah, maybe not. But yeah, no, I haven't heard anything else about it. Patriot Advanced Affordable Capable. Oh, that's the sorry, I know it's called something else. Sorry, we call it the CRI, Cost Reduction Initiative. There you go. The CRI, derivative of the Israeli Stunner missile for the Patriot, maybe made by Raytheon. I have never even heard of that. And when I did a Google search, it didn't really pop up anything. I'm sorry. Yes, this is almost being decommissioned. Okay. By the way, when's the next Protocol 4? It's over. You guys watching them? I'm going to take the bag. I'm going to lift it as quiet as I can, but I don't think I'm going to succeed in this. Here they come. Here they come. Here they come. There we go. Speak. Speak. All right, there we go. That's a good boy. All right, go on, puppies. Go on, puppies. USS LaSalle clipped an Iranian bird's wings. I don't remember. Yeah, I remember hearing about the LaSalle. Missile knows where it is at all times because it knows where it isn't by subtracting. The missile knows, but sometimes the missile doesn't know where the ground is. That's a real problem. Dead serious. That's a real thing. Mrs. Line Crosser says still cutting out, so I need to be right up on this thing. Actually, let me check the thing. I'm going to turn the compressor down. All right, I'm feeling burnout from work physically, and mentally, and emotionally. Wife wants me to talk to my therapist. This is something my therapist can't help with, but need a new job. Well, what I will tell you, Aaron, from personal experience with therapy is not just it's done and done, which is why a lot of men struggle with therapy. And I'm going to be real with you guys for a second. A lot of people struggle with therapy because they do what I do. You expect to go in, they pump you full of pills and send you on your way. That's what we've come to expect. Because men are fixers. That's what we are. We want something done right away. Like, that's, for those of you who are not married, this may come as a shock, but we may need to listen more than we speak sometimes with women, which is a hard thing for a lot of men to learn because a woman will be like, oh, I don't like this, this, and this. And our brain immediately goes, solve it by doing this. They don't want that advice. They want to talk to you about that. Okay? That's all they want. They just want to talk to you about it. So for us, going into something and not being... Anyways, what I'm getting at is talk it through, man. I would always... I encourage everybody go to fucking therapy, man. Dead serious. I encourage everybody. I'm in therapy. There's no shame in my game. There's a lot to be taken away from it, and it's a process. It allows you to kind of look at everything like... Going to therapy is like fixing a Connex for those of you who are in the military. You have to get everything out of the Connex before you can organize it and put it all back in. So therapy allows you to pull kind of everything out of inside of your brain and allow you to organize it, look at it, figure out exactly what's going on, and put it all back in. Like, that's the easiest way that I can explain it for men to really understand. HLC, this granny's glad to have you back. Thank you, Lynn. Hope you're doing well. All the best to you, Mrs. HLC. Still rolling on the floor with my perfect gum. I've been working on that gum for years. You want to know why? Because that's part of my retirement speech. I'm pretty tired. Think I'll go home now. That's all they're getting out of me. Fuck them. Send it to my brother who was Navy. That's awesome. Oh, you heard someone call the ATACMs the AT-A-CAMs? Oh my God. It's an ATACM. I don't know why that's so difficult. But somebody did call it an ATACM. Like, attack them? I thought that was kind of cool. Wasn't this a Russian torpedo nuke? So they theorized it. They did make one nuclear. It didn't do the supercavitation. Like, we never saw a production model by the Russians built. They did talk about it for years. And I know the US is talking about it too. So we haven't seen anything yet. Aircraft can be detected by analyzing the interference caused in satellite signals. The method uses navigation satellite to detect and track stealth. My brain is trying to understand this, and it's not like you didn't write it correctly. I'm trying to see how that could work. Yeah, I mean, I bet they could, but I highly doubt it would be accurate enough to get a firing solution. Eat the mic. Missile's going to find the ground eventually, though. That's fair. Article 5, Article 5. Oh, I love Article 5. Everybody loves Article 5. The Ford class carrier should have a GR4. Man, I haven't done GR4 in fucking forever. HLC say Kermit the Frog here. Kermit the Frog here. Kermit the Frog here. David Sling, Finland buying. What are my thoughts? There is never a bad, like, okay. David Sling is a good system. It is a good system for what it's built for. Right now, my concern, if I was Finnish about buying that, is do they have the resources to give me enough missiles to implement my system? Right now, Israel's burning through a good number of missiles, mostly Iron Dome, but do they have enough extra? Now you're hearing the cutting out? Like when I space out words like therapist, you know, like a shrink. I'm not, no, you're not getting me. Under Siege 2. Cutting out a lot? Oh, I'm sorry. Let's try that. I'll turn the compressor back up. Hopefully that's better. Let me hear myself. Come on, play. Oh, I think my stream froze. Beard brush causing, it might be causing static. What is going on with my stream? It just cut out. What is going on with my stream? It just cut out. I sound fine. Watch Let Him Cook. Can I describe Eli's scent? Eli smells like a combination of burritos, energy drinks, and there was one more scent. It was burritos, energy drinks, and social media comedy, all wrapped in an envelope of genuine friendship. That's what Eli smells like. Love my videos. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being here. All right, there we go. I'm trying to get caught up. Just want to thank me for my videos. Well, thank you. I really appreciate the support, guys. I really, really appreciate the support. Russia likes nuclear torpedoes because they're secretly at war with Atlantis. You know, you guys ever see that there's a meme? It shows like Kim Jong-un and he's like, he's like smoking, standing on a balcony. It's like when you're the only one who's keeping Godzilla at bay in the ocean. I love it. Sound like good turds for sure. What does DEF mean? I have no idea. My beard is electromagnetic. My favorite new channel. Good night, brother and carriers. Reagan, make it happen. Peace. Take it easy, M. Miller. I appreciate you being here. They're probably losing to that too. Refried beans and tequila. Does David Sling and Iron Dome run on the same set of missiles? No. But there is some parallels there. Think about it. Everything that goes into a missile. Now, while the missile itself may be different, you require silicone for circuit boards. You require rubber for insulation on the wiring. You require copper for the wiring. You require rocket fuel. David Sling probably has a larger motor, but it probably uses a lot of the same motor components. I'm not sure. Like, even for the United States right now, like, I just read an article, and I mean, it rings true, and I'm not going to say it's bullshit, like, because I want you guys to know the truth. I don't want you to know some propaganda. The U.S. is having trouble replacing enough Patriot interceptors for the Ukrainians. The interceptors, they're firing off of systems that were destroyed a week after they got there, according to Russia. They're burning through a lot of fucking missiles, like a lot. So we are, like, we have enough for ourselves. Like, we have enough. But we're getting close to that threshold where we really got to nickel and dime those missiles a whole lot more. Because once we hit that threshold that we're touching our stock, now we can't help them until we build more. So that's definitely a big problem for us right now. It takes a while to build Patriot missiles. They're expensive and they take a long time. Plus, we're also building a shit ton of Standard missiles because those Navy Aegis are over there putting in fucking work. I can't be mad at them. I mean, honestly, those guys over there, guys and gals, I would pay to be in the engagement room for some of those engagements of the Houthi missiles and drones. I want so bad to be over there with those guys, like, because that just sounds so fucking cool. 3 Zumwalts in service with no plans to decommission. No shit. So somebody I read earlier said that they're gonna finish the ones that are in production, but then they're not doing anymore. I'd be out of work with peace. Oh my god, sorry. I'm yawning again, guys. That's the thing, though. I'd find a new job if we had world peace. Sugar and spice go into every U.S. missile. I think the Zumwalts are a sexy aircraft, or an aircraft, fucking ship. I also think the Freedom and Independence class littoral combat ships, those are awesome names for ships. Awesome names for ships. According to the guys I've talked to in the Navy, those are bad ships. Like, not good. Just no bueno ships. No, the boats are not good. They do not like the boats. Because I remember when I first started talking about it, I was like, man, Independence Freedom class? Hell yeah, those are awesome. And all the dudes in the Navy just shit all over those ships in my comment section. I was like, got it. I won't talk highly of those ships ever again. Do I think Putin will use nukes? No. However, he will if he's cornered. Putin is... he's not stupid. He's crazy. And he's all about that mutually assured destruction. But I would never say Vladimir Putin is stupid. I would never say he's unintelligent. Everything that man does is calculated. That's why this whole invasion of Ukraine doesn't make any sense. It's like, that's every part of it. It's just, I'm keeping, like, I pay attention and I'm like, what the fuck is their goal? Now, either Putin is not as intelligent as I think he is, or everybody between him and the lowest soldier on the ground are completely incompetent. I don't know what the answer is. But Putin is incredibly intelligent, and he knows, which is why, like, right before, so everyone's like, well, they notified the US that they fired the missile, and there's a lot of speculation about why they did that. And I'm going to get rid of all the speculation, because the thing that makes the most logical sense to me is they know Uncle Sam is watching. They know Uncle Sam knows when they gas up and fire a nuclear capable weapon, and they know that before that weapon lands, they're going to have a fuck ton of missiles headed at them. It's the same thing we would do. If we, for some ungodly reason, were in that situation, we would do the exact same thing. We would let them know, hey, it's not nuclear. So that's exactly why they did it. It's not a, crazy Jack, not stupid, Dennis Hopper. Littoral combat ships, most expensive museums that no one wants. Are you really an HLC fan if you haven't been timed down in his Discord? I mean, yeah. 100% batshit, but not stupid. Yeah. I could see Russia using low-yield nuclear artillery in Ukraine instead of letting NATO have it. I don't know. I think there is a middle ground to be negotiated. I really do. And I think that Ukraine has spent so much effort holding on to Kursk. Kursk strategically doesn't really matter a whole lot. It's cost them a lot of resources and a lot of bodies. I think when Ukraine saw the presidential election and where it was going, and I don't know if this is Zelensky himself or somebody else, I think that they knew they had to come to the table with a bargaining chip. And that's all Kursk is. They know that they need something to bargain with. So when, President Trump hopefully negotiates this whole thing between them, which Vladimir Putin seems like he's willing to talk to Trump for the reason behind that, I don't know. Again, everything Vladimir Putin does is calculated. Now, I don't know if he thinks he has a friend in President Trump or if he thinks he can manipulate him, but his motives are never super clear until like he plays his hand. It's really, really strange. So I don't know what the difference is there. Maybe he just doesn't like Biden. Like, it could be as simple as that. It really could be that simple. I don't know what the answer is. But when they go to the table, I think that the reason Ukraine has been holding on to Kursk is for that bargaining chip. Is that they'll say, hey, we'll give you Kursk. You give us all back everything that where the Ukrainian lines were, and we'll draw it right there. And then, of course, he's talking about, being barred from NATO for 20 years and security guarantees and things like that. I mean, there's going to be probably an 80-page fucking document that's going to be this thing. I really do hope. Here's the thing. Do I like Russians, like the people? Absolutely. Because I understand that they're no more to blame for what is going on than the Ukrainians that are fighting for their own life. Right? Like they're not to blame. War is always the same thing. It's always old men having a disagreement and young men dying for it. That's war in general. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not a warmonger. I actually would love for this war to be over. What that looks like, I don't know. The NATO big countries stated they only have 6 months of resources to fight at large scale. Smaller countries have less than 3 months. They're relying on the USA. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. The USA, have you guys ever watched the movie Tremors? I love the Tremors movies, by the way. First one, phenomenal. Second one, even better. The rest of them, don't watch them. But the first and second one, great movies. And we're at 2 hours right now, but I will tell you this. In the first movie, like, everyone like freaks out, because there's these underground monsters. They're killing people. They're sneaky. And then there's Burt Gummer. And in this movie, Burt Gummer has a wall of guns in his rec room in his basement, and and this underground giant worm breaks in, and Burt Gummer and his wife, at that time Reba McEntire, proceed to pump this thing full of hundreds of rounds of ammunition and kill it. Now, in the second movie, he comes far more prepared. Well, I'm not going to give it away there, but the U.S. is Burt Gummer, and the rest of the people in, Paradise Valley? I can't remember the name of the fucking town, is the rest of NATO. Like, that's the easiest way to explain it. And I totally understand that. Burt is a beast. Burt is my fucking spirit animal. Tremors, Kevin Bacon's second best movie. I would agree with that. No, I gotta finish the story. It's worth it. You broke into the wrong goddamn rec room, didn't you bastard? I love Burt Gummer. I didn't even watch the last movie because, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the last movie, somebody was like, yeah, man, Burt, dies saving everybody else. I was like, fuck that. Burt is more important than everybody else in those goddamn movies. Burt Gummer is the GOAT. So I didn't watch the last movie. Doing what I can with what I got. You got to watch. It's just thinking happy. We're swapping notes on the last unsubscribed podcast, and it shows, hey, man, I pay attention. Burt lives. All right, now I got to watch it. Behavior of Russian soldiers is a reflection of Russian society and their culture. Not a lot has changed since Imperial Russia, even with internet. That is true. You're always going to have those people, and I'll finish on this. I want you to realize that the vast majority of you as Americans are kind of a moderate. The way I look at politics is the way some people look at gender. It's on a spectrum, right? Here's completely central. You have the far left. I know this is mirrored, I think. You have the far left and the far right. most Americans are like right in here. You're right in here. You have reasonable disagreements with everybody on the other side. But what everyone uses on this side to make fun of everyone on this side is the far left. And then what everybody on this side uses to make fun of everybody on this side is the far right. I think if everyone could put aside their differences, we'd realize we all have a lot more in common. And I think that also goes for Russians. When it comes to things like warfare, do I hate the Taliban? Abso-fucking-lutely. But I hate the Taliban for what they stand for, not the individual people. If there was a guy right here in front of me who I knew was Taliban and he had no way of hurting me, and I knew that as soon as he left this room, he was going to go right back to Afghanistan, I would sit down and have a conversation with him. I would want to know why he thinks what he thinks. I would want to know why he feels the way he feels. But when we're armed, we're each other's enemies. That's the way it is. I will kill him and he will kill me. So that's HLC Talking Politics. Peace through strength. Please, opinion on the Storm Shadows. I love cruise missiles. They have a really good place. They're really hard to hit, cruise missiles in general. I like how deep they've been striking into Russia, and I'm eager to see how far it goes. It's happened day 1963, John F. Kennedy. Yes, I did hear about that in Dallas. He was killed today. Hydrate. I need to hydrate. I'm out of water. I'm out of fucking booze. I'm out of everything. So we're going to go ahead and shut her down, guys. We're at our 2 hours. This is the first time this is the 4th week. Yeah, because 3 weeks I wasn't here. So thank you all so much for being here. We had 1,000 viewers. We're sitting at 800 right now. We had some good donos. We had a lot of good conversation. I really enjoyed talking to you guys. So as always, do not give in to the 22 a day. Every single one of you are amazing. If you'd like to support the channel, get yourself some patches. We just got patches. Go to habituallinecrosser.com. You can also check out that subscription to Pepperbox. I believe they are doing a promo right now where you get like 7 days free. Maybe? Question mark? I don't know. No one told me that. Somebody said that today in my comment section. I was like, oh shit, that's cool. So go check it out, guys. Hope to see you all there, and I will see you guys here next Friday. Peace.